Okay, so I wanted to talk about this again about how I know it's dark outside. It's like maybe a little after 6 o'clock in the morning, Saturday. It's about to brighten up real soon, but it's still dark. Just get a good little, I don't know, to myself, peace out here when I walk around, but in the beautiful community. But so it's crazy how people would expect a reaction from you after I guess after the normal reaction that they get from certain people in their day-to-day life. They expect you to get that from you, but when they don't get that from you, it's like they be surprised. And it get to the point where they start, I don't want to say just obsessing at that moment with you, but they just you got their attention now. It's like, this person isn't giving me the reaction that I usually get out of everybody in my day-to-day life. Whether it's like, say like a woman or a dude might look a certain way, or in my case, I'm gonna say like women, they look a certain way, so they figure, well, dang, he didn't give me this same reaction to what everybody else do. You know what I'm saying? He ain't even checking me out, and I look good, you know. So it's like, and it happened to everybody. I was using that for an example, but we'll just use everybody. Like, even if it's just, well, let me just leave it like that. So when you don't get these reactions, when people don't get these reactions from you, it's like they become kind of obsessed. It's like they get into you more, and it's like, but dang, what's wrong with this person? Or there's something strange or different about him. You just because people are so programmed. When you don't react the way they be expecting you to react, it's like a, it's like a, it's like a, I say a chain reaction, but it's like a, I'm telling you, you just disbobulate the whole system or way of doing things to the fact now, to the point where it's like, they so into you now. They they can be obsessed. It's like you just blow their mind to the point where, like, they just become so into you. Like, you show them something they ain't never seen before. You know, it's like, well, dang, what's up with this guy, or this person? They just ain't like everybody else. And it gets so, it's certain people you might come across, it gets to the point where it's like, well, something definitely wrong with that person. He ain't checking me out. He ain't responding to me like everybody else normal in the world do, you know. But we don't do things like, people in the world, because when you can see, what I learned or what I see now is that when you see the spirit behind people, when they start operating, it just don't turn. It's simple. It's like elementary. It's like, I'm not falling for that. It's like shallow. It's like carnal. It's like, well, I already know how the game go. I already know how things of the world go. So I'm not gonna operate like it. Like, I don't even pay. I just look the other way. Like, it just get old. It just get tired of the same old same. You know. And that just, and I learned that it just strikes something up. It just sparks something up to the point where, people would just totally. It's like it reversed everything, and now they into you. Some might, I don't know all the details of what everybody motive be after they realize you ain't like everybody else. But some people, and I know some people, that they come for you in a way. Like, some will come for you like, okay, to they self. They like, you know, I just ain't seen nobody like this. I'm gonna see, can I get him to? I'm gonna dig more deeper into him, and just see what he really about. But then you got some, say like people that you know, or maybe not all people that you might have knew. Some of them can get to the point where they like, well, dang, he just seems so real and stuff. Honest. He got this reputation for being a good person. But I'm going to show you. All they little discipline that they didn't learn and just went out the window. Now they fixated on you and just, I'm going to show you. The whole time they thinking they real. But they didn't got to the point where they like, I'm going to show you that he just like us. They ain't saying it in those words, but they saying like, I'm going to show you that he ain't real. Now at this point, they done went all out their way just to try to throw you off, just to try to prove something, really something to themselves, because you didn't now mess them up. So now they like, well, I know I'm real. I've been getting this reaction. Deep down, they know they ain't really about nothing. They know they got issues. But a lot of the world is so carnal minded that they just looking at their statue of, their reputation or the way they look. So, when people ain't really spiritual, man, that's all they got to go by is what they, the carnal, the face value, So that's why certain people get certain treatments. Whew, I'm out here walking fast. But, yeah, so that's why you just spark something totally, you just bring something out of people. And it's just amazing to see this, because at one point, I used to want to try to strive to see more of the spiritual side of things. I knew it was out there, just, I couldn't see, Nowadays, as I done grew older and I'm actually seeing these things, it's just, it's like amazing to see, the reactions of people and the truth behind, because so you got people, take people at face value, but then you like myself and probably like a lot of y'all, you take people that are, you look deeper, you look like at the motive, the reason. See, I know when I used to like, I ain't gonna say study this, but I used to, look deep into stuff, like, because it comes to a point in my life I was like, it just got, really bad mentally, and I was just kind of in confused places, and I wasn't the type of, I wasn't finna give up, so, because I didn't even know what that even looked like either, so I ain't had no choice but to learn and start paying attention. But even when I was trying to pay attention, I really still couldn't see. But I think what got me to the point where I was able to see, definitely the Most High I can only give you what I think. Clearly, he lifted me up when I'm able to see a whole lot of stuff now that I wasn't able to see. But I think what got me to the point was when I kind of let go, when I got to the point and I was like, you know what, and I remember admitting it, saying this to the Lord, it's been a long time ago. I was like, you know what, after going through so much crazy stuff, it just got to the point where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do the best I can, and that's it. I can't, all this straining to figure something, guessing and hoping I get lucky. Nah, that can't be the real, So anyway, came to a point. And I just was like, I still don't get it. I still can't see. But what I can do is I can just let go. And not let go in the sense of giving up. Let go and like, you know what? People come to me trying to play me. And just, just let them have it. You know what I'm saying? Not let them play me in a sense, get over on me. But people want to talk to me and just spend all hours on the phone. Or just hang around me and put on a show and tell me this, I just listen, just kick back, because I realize at some point, at a point, life just, I don't really got no answers, Now, I could easily go the route where a lot of people look like they going, but they just get to the point, they just doing them, they finding their place, treat people like nothing, don't take nothing from nobody, like they didn't just, you know what I'm saying, like seal the deal, this is who I am, and I'm just not taking this from nobody. It's like, but when I see people do this, it's like, it seems as if they doing this out of their own will. Like it ain't the will of God, because in the midst of people doing it, it's like they cut off all love and that, Now I understand about tough love and, I understand, but a lot of people got that selective love. But anyway, so I just, learned to, just let go in a sense of I'm not finna fight a battle that I can't even see. I just be guessing, you know. But as I let go, I just kind of let situations happen. I can't, like, let's just say something blocked me from doing something I wanted to do. I just get to the point where I'm not saying nothing to fight it because I don't, I don't, I don't even know how to fight. Like what can I do? Like, okay, if something blocked me from doing this, I could take the hard route and try to fix it. But at the same time, I mean, obviously, it's meant to happen. And I come to the conclusion, I came to a point where I was like, you know what? Well, clearly, God want me. It's out of my control. It's something He want me to see out of this. That's the way I took it. You know, I don't think it was in my might. Clearly, it wasn't in my might. So I took it like that. Like He want me to see something in this. This is what I was believing, and I just played that role. Like, okay, You want me to see this and this, but it's still stuff I had to do. That I had to make a choice, a decision. But yeah. So I think that's like one of the hardest parts is trying to determine like what's meant to be, or not saying that's the case, but in my mind it was like that's what I believe. So I had to, in my belief, I had to be like, you know what? I mean, that was one of the hardest things to do for me, to be like, okay, is this meant to be? Do He want me to go through this? Because it's like, much as I'm trying to avoid these bad situations, boom, I'm running dead head into them. So I don't know, is this my doing, or should I just kind of let go? Once again, not let go, like just give up, like stop straining and struggling to fight a battle that I don't even know how to win. I can't even see. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, everywhere I go, boom, I'm running into a dead end. So I think that was one of the most powerful things, whether it was true or not. I think that's the most powerful. Let me see how to say this. One of the most powerful conclusions that I came to, that I was like, I'm just gonna let go. I'm just gonna let the world come to me, and because I believe, I ain't gonna say I know for sure, but to my ability, I believe that I got good judgment on treating people fair. Even when it don't look good, even when it look too good. Because I done been through so much till I feel like I know what a fair treatment is. And everything it's backed up by love. So it ain't backed up like a little deceit, or I'm trying to get the upper hand, or I got a chance to make a couple dollars or get a good reputation and deal with this person because I know they're going to speak other stuff to other people that'll make me look good. Nah, everything that when I started doing, really paying attention, was able to pay attention, and I knew what I say would affect people. Words super powerful. I was checking with the Lord first, and I was like, am I doing this because I want this, or am I doing this just strictly out of love? Like, I just really want these people to know this information. People sell this information, but I'm doing this here out of love. So when I came to that place, it was like, everything started, it's like God started manipulating the scene to where I started seeing things for what it really was, or on the spiritual side. Better yet, let me put it like this. I started seeing the motives behind why people do stuff, or the motives why they was doing this here. And like, say like you in a crowd of people, or like I was in a crowd around people, or even just one person, even by myself, but let's just say around people, and my attendance, I mean, my attention, or what's the word I'm looking for? My, I guess my attention, I was so sharp at paying attention, even to this day, like right now, like, when I'm around people, I, I guess I be looking for that reason. No, I'm sorry, I don't be looking for that. When people speak or say something, I see the reason behind it. Like, let's say I'm around people, I see why this person did this or spoke like this. Like a lot of times, like we people think people do see this, but a lot of people see, the surface level. And I noticed that because of the way they respond and the way they act and the way they carry themselves. But I could tell that I seen things a little deeper on why people doing that, because I was operating, speaking to them or dealing with them in a way where it speak right to their spirit. Like I speak to this person because I know what he longing for in real life. Even though it come off like, let me get an example. I'm pitching an example like if I'm around a crowd of people or people I know or whatever, or even if people I don't know, like, I think I was making a delivery. I was making a delivery in, where was I at? Was it Tennessee? Because I deliver stuff for a living. And I was making a delivery. And these total strangers. And I think I was in Alabama somewhere, now that I think about it. But anyway, maybe it was Georgia. It was Georgia. I think it was Georgia, yeah. It was somewhere in South Georgia, I think. But anyway, and it was these guys. I was making a delivery, and it was these guys. And I was just standing there by my trailer, and they were about to unload me. And it was a lot of little stuff on there. They took a couple guys, and I noticed these guys was here. It was like one or two guys, and I guess another guy. I don't think he was the supervisor, but I could tell he had a little more, he was a little more in charge of the other guys. And I can tell, like, when he showed up, it was a different spirit around. And I can tell that he was slinging his weight around. He was messing with this one dude, kind of like, like, you beneath me, you know what I'm saying? Not really saying it, but he was showing it. And it seemed as if he was doing that because I was there, because I can tell the energy, and he was, he just come off as basically trying to flaunt his I guess his position where how much higher he was over these guys for me. And I can tell. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's certain, and he wasn't really dog. I didn't see situations where people just dog other people out. But in this situation, he really wasn't dogging him out bad. He was kind of taunting it a little bit, but it wasn't like super bad. But, and when I see these situations, I automatically think like, he must have saw something in me that caused him to, you know what I'm saying, show me that he, got a little authority, which is an indication. Well, I'm not even finna take it there, but it's an indication of other things. But whew, I want her walking. But anyway, yeah. So people can sense certain stuff on you, and they can tell. That's why, I even in that situation, I think we ended up talking or something, and like once again, I was speaking to him. I gave him this little, let people be wanting that feel good with that authority. I don't know him. I don't care. He ain't crossing me. So we were speaking, and I, let him know that I know that you're an authority. I can tell. You don't even got to tell me. But even though I don't really agree with all that, I ain't saying it's the best. It ain't nothing that I really practice on. Putting my, hiding behind my, I guess, high position at work or whatever. That ain't really my thing. But, but anyway, it just goes to show that people, that shows to show that people see certain stuff in you, And like I was saying, I I speak to the spirit in people. I deal with the spirit. Let's just say that I move according to what I see the spirit in people doing. You know, you know. So, but yeah, but yeah, I just wanted to get that out of my chest. Yeah, all right.